Don't you love it when you get told this is the number one secret or the one thing you must do, etc.? Everyone tunes in, wants to know, read, watch, etc. Well, right now, this is the one habit, if you want success, that you must do better. Let's get stuck in right now. Let's just put it out there straight away before we jump into it. The fact that sometimes we have a little bit of clickbait out in social media or something like that in regards to you've got to do this one thing if you want the following result, or the one item you must wear if you want to pick up a date at a nightclub, or I don't know, whatever. It's always like the one thing, right? Great book, actually, by the way, The One Thing. But what we're talking about right now is the one habit that's going to ensure success for you and your business, your team, your friends, your family, and everything around you. It doesn't matter how you spin it. The one thing that is going to help you out is what, to ensure your success, is what we're talking about right now. So let us do this. Let's take a scenario where you need to do some business planning. We need to do some planning of our business moving forward. Maybe you need to set up some new marketing strategies. Maybe there's a new strategic plan that needs to be done. Maybe you haven't actually done a business development day with any business partners for many months, maybe many years. Maybe you haven't actually done time with the team. And I know that there's a whole lot of challenges for a while now in regards to COVID and other things. So it might be online, it might be face-to-face, it might have had all these different complexities. But ultimately, there's a whole lot of things that needs to be done and said in those avenues. So that's a part of this success process that we need to make sure the one thing is in place in all of those areas. Maybe it's you're looking to ensure the success and development of your continuing education. Maybe it's a professional development of the team. And again, it doesn't matter whether you're talking about your own education or the professional development of the team. This one habit as well is directly correlated to success in those areas as well. And here's the flip side. Every time something hasn't gone right, or there's something negative happening in the business, or a HR drama, or marketing's not occurring, there's actually one part of this process, one habit that's always not involved when things go wrong. So now that we've talked around the subject and made you realize very easily and simply that there's one particular habit that comes into play each and every time. It is simply the habit of planning in itself. The habit is all about the plan. The habit is all about the way in which you strategically and objectively apply habits in their own right. And I know that might sound a bit strange. You might be going, well, of course, habits. It was habits all along. Well, maybe we need to take a finer look at this and be a little bit more harsher critics on ourselves in regards to how our habits right now actually are going to either help or hinder everything about ourselves and our business and team moving forward from here. Let me give you a couple of examples. If we're to be in a situation where we talk about, in fact, one of the things you might want to look to do is look at a book done by James Clear called Atomic Habits. Fantastic book, great guy, super smart, and he talks all about wanting to make remarkable change and the way in which we can actually have habits be good or bad. And it's really pertinent to understand the difference, because we all talk about having habits. With anytime something goes wrong, it's normally because either a bad habit or because of a lack of a good habit, such as the planning and strategic approach that should be there, that's quite often not. A very good friend of mine, Michael Griffiths, known globally as a marketing referral guru, He put a post up the other day that was perfectly placed on all the perfectly placed on this actual post and this podcast. And what he actually spoke about was the 4 R's to start the day. Now, again, everyone can have their own thoughts of what's good, bad, what works for them, what's not working for them. But it's the mere fact that Michael has the habit in place that's going to ensure his success. So for him, he has 4 R's that he puts into his habitual morning routine that he finds most prevalent to drive forward huge amounts of value and benefit to himself, his beautiful family, his team, and all of his clients as well. So again, it's the plan that's actually in place. It's the habit that's actually in place. And it doesn't actually matter what the habit is as long as it's thought out, it's strategic, and it works for you. There's no one, you must say this every morning. There's not one affirmation. There's not one take an ice bath, whatever it happens to be that we hear about different things. Everyone is a little bit different. But the fact is, do you actually have your own habit first thing in the morning that sets you up for success? And for the vast majority of people, it might be something you do once or twice a week or 3 times a week, but it's not actually a habit if you don't do it each and every day. So for Michael, his 4 R's, just to quickly outline this, and I know he won't mind me saying this, is the first one is all about his mind. The first R is reprogram. It's all about him reprogramming his mind when he first wakes up. His second one is to read, to grow the mind. And it's all about, again, the second one, read, learn more, grow the mind, expand your thought process. The third one is rehydrate. He has 1 litre of water first thing in the morning. Fair bit. I know some people have a little bit more. I tend to probably have about 400 to 500 mils in that first couple of minutes of waking up to try and rehydrate and stimulate so many reactions in the body and get hydration in my cells, etc. The fourth one Michael has is run. He says sweat and move. He loves to get out. And Michael used to not be the active type. He used to be carrying a fair bit of extra body weight and and was quite sedate. But about 2 years ago, he changed this around. He's totally changed his life. And again, he's got his 4 R's that work well for him. So it's the habit of having a habit and a set routine first thing in the morning that sets him up for success each and every day. So what actual habits do you have in your life and your business that actually set you up for success? There isn't just one habit. I get up at 3 a.m. I'm in the 3 a.m. club, and therefore I'm hours ahead of the person who wakes up at 7 o'clock. Righto, well, that works for them. What about the fact that that person might have stayed up till 1 a.m. because they're a night owl, and they're technically now 2 or 3 hours ahead of the 3 a.m. person because they were doing stuff yesterday that you're only doing this morning? Doesn't matter how you want to argue it, which way the cookie crumbles, or how you want to carve this up and dissect it. The fact of the matter is the best habit that's always going to ensure success is you actually having a plan and having a habit in place that sets you up for success. Whenever you try and plan marketing, whenever you try and do strategic business development, whenever you work on HR, anything that you put into place in that avenue always has problems based on the fact that there wasn't the right plan in place and there wasn't the right habit. It's one thing to say, we spend $10,000 on our team and go on a weekend retreat. We're amazing with our team culture. Well, you know what? What a load of crap. If all you do is once a year do a team retreat, that doesn't mean you've got a great team and a culture and they feel valued. What is the habit that's behind that culture that means that the team absolutely crawl over broken glass to help the other team members out? It's the habits that are actually in place right now that is the best habit for you to ensure success moving forward. And the majority of the time, it's when there's a lack of that habit to start with that we tend to go with the flow, we drop the ball, too many things just get done ad hoc, too reactive, and as a net result, we're not proactive in what we need to do and should be doing. So guys, the best habit out of all the habits you could possibly see and read about, standing on your head, drinking milk upside down while you do this, or whatever it happens to be by the so-called gurus, the fact of the matter is this: the best habit for you is for you to work out what works best for you right now. That's going to get you efficient, that's going to get you effective, that gets you in the right frame of mind to be just bloody amazing for the person that you are actually at, operating in your genius mode and having more impact to all of your family, your friends, your team, the lives of the people around you. That is the best habit for you to be working on. Work it out and start to ramp that up, because when you do that, you'll always have much more freedom and much more impact to those around you. And that's the best habit we can all have. I'll talk to you again very soon. Hey guys, thank you very much for listening to another episode of the Profitable Practice Podcast. I would love nothing more than for you to be able to leave a review. I get so much joy out of listening and reading the amazing things that you guys say about this. So please subscribe to our channel, leave a review, and share it with your friends. Let's get some more fantastic information out there so all of us can grow the industry together. Cheers for now.